Good evening. After the diminishing balance method, okay, some people what they will do is, whomever they are following the fixed installment method, they'll change from fixed installment method to diminishing balance method. Okay, that opportunity is also there. Okay, for the organizations or for the business. When you can go for change, no doubt, from fixed installment to reducing balance installment, or from reducing balance installment to fixed balance installment, anything you can do. It depends upon the organizations. No, there won't be any hard and strict rule that you have to follow this method only. Okay, you can follow any method. You can go for fixed installment method, or you can go for reducing balance method. Okay, in such a case, the change may be made with immediate effect or with retrospective effect. Immediate effect or with retrospective effect. So there are two effects that we come across: immediate effect and retrospective effect. When we go for immediate effect, when we go for immediate effect, from what date onwards the business people they are changing. Okay, from that day onwards you have to go for the second method. For example, a businessman is following fixed installment method, say for example I'm telling you, and after 2 years, that is second year, third year only, also he followed the fixed installment. From fourth year onwards he want to change. So, from fourth year onwards, you have to go for diminishing balance method. When it is nothing but an immediate effect. When it is nothing but an immediate effect. That's what the people they are telling. In such a case, the change may be made with immediate effect or with retrospective effect. If the change of method is to be implemented with immediate effect, the treatment is very simple. As on the date of change, the written down value of the asset and the remaining life of the asset is ascertained, and the depreciation is charged according to the new method of depreciation. No adjustment is made in respect of depreciation charged up to the date of change. Charged up to the date of change. That is, there is no necessity for you to go from first year onwards. Okay, there is no necessity for you to go for first year onwards. From fourth year onwards, you can continue with written down value until the number of years specified. This is when we come across immediate effect. Okay, when you come across immediate effect. Now we are going for retrospective effect. Okay, if the method of depreciation is to be charged with the retrospective effect, then the following procedure is to be followed. Calculate total depreciation from the date of retrospective effect to the date of change according to new method. Calculate total depreciation from the date of retrospective effect to the date of change according to the new method. That is right from first year onwards, because from fourth year they are changing, but we have to take into account the total depreciation from first year onwards. Calculate the total depreciation according to the old method. Calculate the depreciation according to the old method. Find the difference between the two, and if the depreciation according to new method is greater than that of old method, then adjust the same by passing the following entry. Okay, when the depreciation amount by new method, when it is more than the old one, then you have to pass an adjustment entry. And what is that adjustment entry? Profit and loss adjustment account that are to asset account. Profit and loss account, profit and loss adjustment account that are to asset account. Okay, so with the difference of depreciation, mind it, with the difference of depreciation. Okay, so that is very, very important. If the total depreciation according to new method is less than that of old method, the above entry should be reversed. That is asset account that are to profit and loss adjustment account. When old method, the total depreciation by old method, when it is greater than the new method, then you have to reverse. That is asset account that are to profit and loss adjustment account. This is very, very important. This is very, very important, please. Okay, when you come across depreciation, suppose in the problem when you come across the depreciation straight away in a straight line method or reducing balance method, okay, fine, well and good. But sometimes some examiners, what they will do is they'll keep this change of depreciation. When they go for change of depreciation, sometimes what they will do is that there is a change of depreciation from fixed installment method to reducing balance method, like that only they'll give. But in some cases, what they will do is they will give the depreciation according the rate of depreciation according to the fixed installment method. Coming to this reducing balance method, they will change the rate of depreciation. For example, okay, when they are following fixed installment method, the rate of depreciation is 10%. Okay, and after change of depreciation from first method to second method, that is reducing balance method, the rate of depreciation they'll give 15%. But one thing you have to keep in mind is let them give 10% or 15%, whatever it may be. But thing is, the procedure must be there. You have to take into account whether the change is according to immediate effect or retrospective effect. When there is immediate effect, automatically you will carry on and there won't be any adjustment over here. But when you go for retrospective effect, compulsory you have to think about this adjustment. That is when the depreciation according to the new method, when it is greater than the old method, then whatever it may be the difference between the two methods, you have to adjust by passing a journal entry, that is profit and loss adjustment account at to asset account. Suppose if the depreciation of the old method, if it is more than the depreciation of the second method, then whatever it may be the entry, it will be reversed. That is asset account that are to profit and loss adjustment account. This is the thing that people they have to keep in their mind without any exception. Please, okay, keep this in mind whether it is according to immediate effect or with retrospective effect. Okay, the adjustment will come when we go for retrospective effect. When it is immediate effect, there is no nothing. There won't be anything. No adjustment is required. So these things you have to keep in mind. Okay, fine. Next, we are coming across annuity method. This is the third method that we come across. So what is this annuity method and how we will come across this? Okay, what is this annuity method and what things that we come across? Annuity method. Annuity means per annum, per year. You see, whatever it may be the depreciation that we are coming across, when we keep that amount aside, and when we invest that amount in an investment, how much remuneration we are going to get, how much interest we are going to get, people they look after. And that is the interest. Now, what they will do is they will compare the depreciation amount as well as the interest amount. Okay, when they are same, okay, fine, well and good. When one is more and one is less, they won't try to spend that. And when interest is more than depreciation, then they will continue. See the peculiarity. When they are same, okay, no problem, they will continue. When depreciation amount is more and when interest amount is more, I mean less, then what they will do? Depreciation reduction. So they don't prefer to invest. They don't prefer to invest. This is only on an assumption only. It is not a practical this thing. They will think, see, this year we are getting this much amount of depreciation. If we keep this amount and if we invest the same amount in an investment outside, how much remuneration we are going to get? This is all nothing but an anticipation. Please. Okay, this is nothing but an anticipation. And when they are thinking, they have to follow the annuity tables in order to get the depreciation amount. Okay, for 1 rupee at 1 year and at a certain percentage, what is the amount that one we are getting? That into number of the total number of the amount. So thereby they will get some depreciation. This is only completely an anticipatory method. Don't be of that opinion that they will follow. Okay. Actually, this annuity method, it is not possible. When you go for an anticipation, when you go for an assumption, then only you can able to understand. I suppose that you got the point. This is only an anticipation. At 1 rupee, what is at 1% interest for 1 year? How much amount that we come across? For this, they'll follow the annuity tables. They'll don't think otherwise. Okay, you will get the annuity tables. He will give you the annuity tables because it's for us to remember all the years as well as different percentages. So they'll provide you the annuity tables. The thing is how to assume for 1 rupee at 1% for 1 year, what is the amount we come across according to annuity tables. That into the amount, they will take that as depreciation. If this amount was invested in an investment, how much return we are going to get, whether we are going to get more amount or less amount. Just comparison, they'll do comparison only. Okay, that is nothing but annuity method, and through this method only they will continue, they will charge the depreciation. Okay. Let us go for that. This method is based on the principle that when an asset is used in a business, the total loss of the business during the life of the asset is not only the original cost of the asset, but also the interest on the amount invested in acquiring the asset. What is the amount that we are investing on that asset? Therefore, under this method, not only the original cost of the asset, but also the interest on the money invested in the asset is written off as depreciation over the lifetime of the asset. Not only, therefore, under this method, not only the original cost of the asset, What is the original cost? But also the interest on the money invested in the asset is written off as depreciation over the lifetime of the asset. In this method, definition of cost or depreciable amount is changed. Okay, the depreciable amount is original cost. Okay, original cost plus installation charges plus, okay, loss on interest on the expired balance of the asset every year. Okay, on the interest, the total depreciation charged to profit and loss account is more than cost of the asset. Every year, asset account is debited and interest account created at a fixed rate on the opening balance of the asset. The interest created will not be constant or fixed every year. Depreciation is charged on the asset every year by debiting depreciation account and creating asset account. That is depreciation account data to asset account, like that. Eh, to be charged every year will be fixed or the amount of depreciation to be charged every year will be fixed or constant. That is, the depreciation amount will not change. It is to be ascertained on the basis of annuity table. I told you already. Annuity table. The amount of depreciation depends upon the rate of interest and the period over which asset is to be written off. The rate of interest and the period over which asset is to be written off. For example, 4% for 4 years, 4% for 5 years, or 5% for 4 years, 5% for 5 years, like that. Okay. The amount of depreciation is so adjusted that at the end of the working life of the asset, its book value is reduced to zero or to its scrap value, if any. This is about the annuity method. So, here you have to understand that we have to take into account the annuity tables help. We have to take into account the interest plus the original asset along with installation charges, and we have to calculate what is the amount, and that amount we have to take that as depreciation. Your depreciation amount is fixed, constant, it won't change. Only the interest amount only it will change. Only the interest amount is to be, it will change by the passage of time, by the passage of time. Okay, so you have to do this basing upon the assumption that what it will give, how much interest we are going to get. That amount we have to calculate on the original cost of the asset. Original cost in the sense, original cost of the asset plus installation charges. On that, you have to calculate the interest amount. And whatever it may be, that amount, okay, you have to treat that for temporary purpose. For temporary purpose, you have to treat that as depreciation. And you have to charge that amount every year. So, at the end of that, okay, automatically the asset value, the book value of the asset, it will become zero or it will go to its scrap value. This is how you will come across the third method, that is annuity method. And we will come across problems, one or two problems on this annuity method. And most commonly, you will come across problems on fixed installment method, diminishing balance method, and change of method, change of depreciation from installment, I mean, fixed installment method to reducing installment method. This is how you will come across. And very rarely you will come across the problems on annuity tables. Don't be of that opinion that you won't come across. You will come across the problems on annuity method. And some of them it will be very easy. And one thing I have to tell you, when you go for annuity method, 1 to 2 times you have to pay attention. to understand this, and you must require the annuity tables values. When you go for logarithms, you'll come across this annuity tables. Okay, according to the annuity tables, what is the rate of interest, what is the period of what is the period, and what is the rate of interest. According to that, you have to decide about the depreciation amount, and you have to charge the depreciation amount. It will continue until the life of the asset. It won't change. Only the interest amount only it will change. According to that only, you have to do the problems. Thank you.